Most people believe that meaningful change is complicated. We're taught that to truly transform our lives, we need to devour self-help books, attend endless seminars, or wait for that perfect moment when the stars finally align. We imagine that change is somewhere out there, waiting to be discovered after we've gathered enough knowledge or motivation. But what if that's not true? What if the turning point isn't in the next book or the next event? Sometimes all it takes is a single question. Just one simple, direct question has the power to open your eyes, challenge your assumptions, and completely shift your perspective. Today, I want to share that question with you. A question that, once you hear it, might change the way you see your life forever. Let's take a look at the rhythm of our daily lives. Picture your typical morning. The alarm rings, and without thinking, you reach for your phone. Maybe you scroll through emails, check messages, or peek at social media before you've even gotten out of bed. You rush through your routine, maybe grabbing a quick bite before heading out to work or starting the day's responsibilities. The hours pass in a blur, meetings, tasks, errands, obligations. By the time you return home, you're drained. You find yourself glued to the screen again, scrolling, watching, distracting yourself from the fatigue that's set in. Before you know it, it's time for bed, and you collapse, only to repeat the same cycle the next day. Days melt into weeks. Weeks blend into months. Months quietly slip into years. You're alive, but often you're just moving through the motions, on autopilot, stuck in routines that feel comfortable but unfulfilling. I can speak to this from experience. Not so long ago, I was caught in that very rhythm. I was always busy, endlessly working, constantly chasing the next goal, but deep inside, I felt an emptiness I couldn't quite explain. I was crossing things off my to-do list, but I never stopped to ask if any of it truly mattered to me. Then one day, someone asked me a question so simple that it caught me off guard. It forced me to stop, take a breath, and reflect honestly on the direction of my life. That question was a turning point. It challenged me to face the truth I'd been avoiding and ultimately set me on a new, more fulfilling path. Now, imagine if a single question could interrupt your own cycle. What if, instead of waiting for the next big thing, you allowed one sentence to challenge everything you think you know about yourself and your future? What if, rather than searching for complex solutions, you allowed yourself to be guided by a moment of honest reflection? It doesn't require pages of theory or a mountain of advice. It doesn't even require hours of your time. What it does require is courage. The courage to face a question and answer it truthfully, even if the answer is hard to accept. So I ask you, are you ready? Are you willing to let a single question challenge your assumptions and open your eyes to what's possible? Here it is, the key question. If you keep living the way you are right now, will you be proud of this life in 5 years? Sit with that question for a moment. Don't rush past it. Let it sink in. This question is deceptively simple, but its power lies in its directness. It doesn't allow for easy excuses or distractions. It doesn't care about how busy you are, how much you've achieved, or what others expect from you. It's not about money, status, or recognition. It's about alignment. About whether the way you're living today is shaping you into the person you truly want to become. So, what's your answer? If your answer is yes, if you can say with confidence that you're on a path you're proud of, then keep moving forward. Your habits, your choices, and your direction are taking you where you want to go. But if your answer is no, if there's a part of you that feels uneasy, uncertain, or unsatisfied, then this question is your wake-up call. Because the truth is, 5 years will pass no matter what. The time will go by, and the habits and routines you repeat today will shape the person you become tomorrow. We often underestimate the power of small, daily choices. We think that change requires sweeping overhauls and dramatic gestures. But most of the time, it's the little things. The thoughts we entertain, the actions we repeat, the people we spend time with that quietly shape our lives. So, how do you turn this reflection into real, lasting change? Let's break it down into a few practical steps. Simple actions you can take today to start moving in the direction you truly want. First, pause and write it down. Don't just let the question float around in your mind. Take a few minutes, grab a pen and paper, and write your honest answer to the question. If you keep living the way you are right now, will you be proud in 5 years? Be brutally honest. No one else needs to see your answer. This is for you. Next, identify the gap. Take a look at the difference between where you are now and where you want to be in 5 years. What's missing? Is it more time for yourself? Deeper relationships? More meaningful work? Better health? Greater peace of mind? Pinpoint the areas where you feel out of alignment. Now, take one small step. Big changes rarely happen overnight. Instead, focus on one action you can take today. Maybe it's spending just 5 minutes reading something inspiring. Maybe it's reaching out to someone you've been meaning to connect with. Maybe it's saying no to something that drains your energy, even if it's just once. Remember, big shifts begin with small actions. Momentum builds when you take that first simple step. Then, check in regularly. Make it a habit to revisit this question every few months. Ask yourself again, am I on track to be proud of this life in 5 years? Use it as a compass, a way to realign yourself with your deeper values and desires. Don't be discouraged if you drift. Life is always changing, and so are you. The important thing is to keep coming back to the question and adjusting your course when needed. Most importantly, remember that you don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. You don't need to have all the answers or take massive action all at once. What you need is consistency, small, intentional steps in the right direction, repeated over time. The journey to a life you're proud of isn't about perfection. It's about progress. One question can change your mindset, if you're willing to face it honestly. So I'll ask you again. If you keep living the way you are right now, will you be proud in 5 years? Take this question seriously. Don't let it be just another piece of advice you hear and forget. Write your answer down, reflect on it, revisit it. And if you're willing, share your answer in the comments below. I want to hear your reflections, your hopes, your realizations. There's power in speaking your truth, even if it's just to yourself. And if you know someone who needs this wake-up call, someone who's feeling stuck, lost, or unsure, share this message with them. Sometimes, the most powerful gift you can give is a moment of honest reflection. Remember, big changes don't always start with big actions. Often, they begin with a single question, a question that sparks a new way of thinking, a new direction, a new chapter. Your future self is shaped by the choices you make today. Make choices you'll be proud of. As you go through your day, let this question linger in the back of your mind. Use it as a lens to examine your actions, your habits, your relationships. Are you living in a way that aligns with your deepest values? Are you investing your time and energy in things that truly matter to you? Are you becoming the person you want to be? The answer doesn't have to be perfect. Life is messy, and growth is rarely linear. But the act of asking, the willingness to reflect and adjust, is what sets you apart. It's what leads to real, lasting change. You don't need another book, another seminar, or the perfect conditions to start. All you need is a moment of honesty, a willingness to ask yourself, will I be proud of this life in 5 years? And to let the answer guide your next step. So, as you move forward, remember, change begins not with grand gestures, but with awareness, with the courage to ask, with the willingness to act. Your 5-year future starts today. Let it be a future you're proud of. And never underestimate the power of one good question.